This is Matt Russell, and welcome to the DailyFX Forum.
So here are the four pairs that I will be discussing this evening: the Euro Pound, the Aussie Kiwi, the Pound Swiss, and the Euro Swiss. So let's go ahead and pull up the charts. The first chart is the Euro Pound. If you recall, during the past several reports, I've been mentioning that we should wait for signs of a possible reversal. During yesterday's candle, we can see a doji forming, very long wick to the upside. I would now have a bearish bias against the high of that doji candle. The high of the doji candle is just beneath the 93 figure, 92.97, with prices now about 100 pips beneath that. Ideally, I'd like to get an entry at least halfway up that candle wick, and again, place our stop above the 93 figure. The next chart is the Aussie Kiwi, and not much has changed here, although this down here, this was fueled by fundamental news out of Australia in terms of interest rates. Personally, I don't really pay too much attention to fundamental analysis, but moving forward, I do like this as a tradable bottom. The only problem is, as you can see, prices have rebounded sharply off the lows of this candle, and the low there is just beneath that 120 figure at 1985. So again, the same logic as the Euro Pound trade. I want to place my stop maybe about the 1960 area, and I want to get an entry with a favorable risk to reward. So at least beneath that 121 figure is an area I would look to enter, because I do like this bottoming formation here. It's a very tricky bottom to pick, and usually when that happens, those are sustainable bottoms or tradable bottoms, which can lead to large rallies. So again, using that 1985 as a reference point, looking for long trades, but again, it really depends on your individual risk parameters. The next chart is the Pound Swiss, and this is sort of the inverse of the Euro Pound trade. We can see a doji forming with a very long wick to the downside. The low of that doji is 162. About 162.20, excuse me. So again, with prices about 200 pips above that area right now, an entry at this point, the risk reward is just not favorable in my opinion. So we'd have to wait for at least a little bit of a pullback to enter at least halfway down this candle wick, and again, place a stop beneath the low of the doji candle. The next chart is the Euro Swiss, and again, prices did break beneath the doji candle here. I really don't see anything in terms of a favorable risk to reward entry on the chart. There are other opportunities, so again, this is just a pair that I will continue to monitor, obviously, over the next 24 to 48 hours to see if anything does materialize. Again, my name is Matt Russell. Thank you for listening, and please stay tuned for a preview of the DailyFX forums. I want to go ahead and formally welcome everybody to the DailyFX forum. And I want to explain a little bit about the forum and the wealth of information that you can obtain from the forum, and how to go about doing so, how to find the things you want. So I'm just going to dive right in right now, and this is DailyFX.com, and this is usually how I navigate my way towards the forums. Obviously, you know, it really depends on each individual how they access the forums, but this is how I go ahead and do it. I go DailyFX.com, go ahead and click on the forum on top, and this brings you to the DailyFX forum homepage, and this highlights the most recent posts with the subject. So if you see anything that you're interested in, you can obviously go ahead and click. What I like to do is click on the forums tab like this, and go ahead and view the forums in the normal, typical way that forums are set up. And here you go, there are a bunch of threads down here, and I'm just going to go ahead and go directly to the forum, the video you just viewed, where you viewed it. So let's go ahead. This is the DailyFX Instructor Tips Forum, identifying trades with DailyFX. That's me. And go ahead and click on the most recent post. So this is where you are right now viewing the video, although the video will be the video beneath this one that you're watching right now. So normally when I'm on the forums, and what I would do is just scroll up to the top. Certainly you can check out any of my previous videos, and you know, especially if I did mention them in the report or in the video that you're viewing at that moment. And what I will do is go ahead and click on the forums, and then look for the forums that I like, you know, that I have interest in. One of them would be the Euro Dollar forum, and this, again, it's really up to each individual trader as to exactly how they want to use the forum. Personally, what I like to do, the first thing I do is I'll go to the Euro Dollar thread, I'll go and click on the latest post And what I'll do here is, and again, I just want to, really emphasize this point. It depends on your exact mindset when you're viewing. And me as a trader, I have some experience. So what I do and how I personally use the forum is I go through and I'll read what people are saying about the euro, what their trade ideas are. I certainly, try to maintain my own individual objectivity, and I really don't pay much attention to what other traders are saying in terms of my trading. I'm not going to certainly see something on a forum and then go jump into a trade, but what it will do, it will open my eyes to certain trading opportunities, maybe a certain line or a certain time frame that I haven't looked at before. So that's one way that I personally like to utilize the DailyFX forum. But certainly for newer traders, there are plenty of topics that you can go over. Let's say you might not be well versed in terms of certain currency pairs that you want to learn about. Scalping, you might not know what Elliott wave is. You can go ahead and click there and see exactly what you can, what you can understand, what you might not understand, and then certainly feel free to ask questions about any of these topics that you have. Maybe the carry trade, maybe you have some questions about that, or the sentiment, the SSI, or the latest economic news, FX programmers, the webinars, MT4. Any questions about active trader, you can go ahead and click on those threads. So again, it's very free, very open, and there is a wealth of information here and just waiting for to be utilized. Again, this is Matt Russell. Thank you for listening.